Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome to today's speed build. This is the second build using the Horse Ranch expansion and the base game. As previously mentioned, I like to do a larger build and a smaller build within the series. Today's build, we are building a starter home. This is a 1x1 bedroom home with a small yard. In this pack, there are two aspirations. One is to be like a champion horse rider, and the other is to be like a nectar maker, rancher type lifestyle. This starter home I wanted to do for a nectar maker rancher, thus making sure I had the funds to have a garden and a nectar making barrel item. And I failed, guys. This build actually comes in at 20,735k simoleons. So, yeah. I think if I went back and deleted a couple of technically I don't need the planter boxes. Like, you can just plant directly into the ground. I do forget that about the game. So I could just like delete them and then like leave the space for it. But I really wanted it there for the aesthetic. And this is very similar to how I did the life and death starter home. I kind of just went in, placed all the items from the pack and kind of worked backwards from there. So the floor plan is very simple on this one. So we have a bathroom, a bedroom, and then everything else is open floored. So you've got the kitchen where the kitchen is. I think we do... we're just boxing it off now. I played around with the kind of the shell of the build, what we'd call the shell, just so that the spacing looked a bit better. I didn't want to have it be so massive because, again, this probably, if I really wanted to, I could have had a second bedroom in this build, and I chose not to. I said, no, I'm going to take my own advice and I'm going to make sure that this build is a 1x1 because I've got more chance of it being affordable. And that did not happen. So I really love the couch that came with this pack, and this yellow swatch was really lovely. It actually came with a lot of kind of pastels and light colored items and swatches. So I've used that a lot in the build, and this is like, I actually think this is my favorite build. I know. The large ranch was beautiful, and if you have not yet seen that Tuesday's build, it is now live on the channel, so feel free to watch that one if you're looking into more horse ranch builds. Next week is growing together, which I've already kind of started and planned out what I'm going to do. And I've actually done two larger builds for growing together. Well, one large, one kind of medium sized. So I'm very excited for next week's builds. And then leading into Christmas, as I mentioned in Tuesday's video, we'll do like a seasoned themed build. All right, so you walk in and you've got that living area, dining, kitchen. And I'm just mapping out the windows, and I used a little bit of those modern type windows just because they match the door. No other reason other than that. So you do, but I really loved those kind of barn door windows which open out. I thought that gave this build a little bit of a sweet aesthetic to it. We used some timber columns. I do change the color, they are way too dark. And I just need to fix the roof line. Yep. So what else about this build? So this is actually my favorite lot in Chestnut Ridge, and it's because it's the lot that has the grapevines all up the hill, and then it goes onto this lot. I'm not sure if you can see it from this angle, but I think it's the most beautiful lot. The only gripe I have with this lot is I wish it was a little bit wider. I feel that it's very hard to do semi-large, like medium-sized homes on this lot, just because of the shape of the lot. But I really love the surroundings, and I think actually in Ravenswood, which is the world that came with Life and Death, they also have that type of lot as well. I think it's the one where the Spectre family manor is. That lot also has that kind of, like, they've done some decoration up towards the lot, and it just looks so nice. So yeah, it's just really pretty. All right, so we are adding in the final touches to the exterior, putting in some foundations, the columns. I don't think I use spandrels just because all those type of things can be expensive. Then again, I put all columns on this. I could have reduced the amount of columns. That could also have been where I'd cut costs. And now I'm just mapping out to where I want to put some of the wallpaper. I think in the end I do just, go in with like a chipped wood color, but I don't do it in the blue. I think I use the cream. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I definitely use the cream. And this is the part where I was like, yep, cool. It's coming together. Change a couple of the assets, put some stair railings. And then I think I reposition the house because I think the house is a little bit too forward. So I bring it back because I realized that I need to put, I wanted everything in the front. So we're moving inside for decorating the bedroom. The bedroom is quite large. So I did have to put a little bit more furniture in there than I would like, just because I wanted to fill the space and not have it be so empty. I kept the yellow theme, I think, and I don't know if this little seat matches. I don't know if it's an outdoor seat or what, but I really loved it in here. I thought it matched perfectly. This whole build just has a very sweet vibe, like country, like cottagecore kind of, vibe, and I live for it. So this is definitely more my speed. I moved the desk from the living area into the bedroom just because I felt like I had better space in that room for it. So yeah, and then I put the cheaper desk. I didn't use the antique desk because with it being a starter home, I was trying to recoup some costs wherever I could. There's the plant that I've used all around the build, and we are moving into the bathroom. The bath items that came with this pack, they're definitely very rustic, and I didn't feel that they fit. So I just went in with a lot of base game in here. I did use the cabinetry that matches the kitchen, a plant, and I think just some basic clutter, some pink towels, and a toilet. Do I put in a bath? I don't think I do. I think I just leave it like that. With it being a starter home, that's just not a lot of money. Oh, and I put a horse. I used that really cute little rug, so that's really sweet. All right, so here's me playing around with the hallways, just trying to see what works. We are now outside into the landscaping. So I've kind of mapped out where I wanted that front garden to be. And then I am just placing all of the planter boxes. As you can see, I probably could have limited this as, you could just plant directly into the ground. But now looking back at it, you could just get rid of all the columns and that would probably make budget. So yeah, there's ways around it. So I am just putting in the cheat for the debug menu because with this being a starter home, the only way we were going to do any form of landscaping was the debug menu. And as I mentioned in Tuesday's build, the debug menu in this pack is so good. And I found I used the grapevines that these are, as I said, the ones that are used just down the hill. I use these fencing that had the fairy lights. These actually light up when it's evening. And it just adds to the cutesiness of this build. I really love it. And I just started placing plants. I think we do delete the red flowers. I think they're a bit stark for my liking. I just put some of these flowers that are in the world and a tree. I love these little daisies. I use those quite a bit. And just kind of like looking around and seeing. We don't do much out the back. So this is kind of a build where if I had another pack, I would probably put some laundry on that back side, because there's room for it. But other than that, there just wasn't very much space. So there's no seating or outdoor entertaining in this build, because to me what was important was having the nectar making machine and a garden, because that was more thematic. So I've gone in with some debug fencing. And as you can see at the side, there's not a lot of room at the back because of how this lot is shaped. So we're just kind of positioning. I've put in some like debug planters, and I think I just make a path and call it a day. So we are going in with some terrain paint, just putting some dirt down under all of the flowers. And this just brings everything to life. It's amazing how terrain paint just lifts a build. And then we go in with some path. And I just kind of map out like a little path. I really like this path. It's just it's kind of like pebbles and gravel with like moss greenery. It's really pretty. So I just kind of, yeah, as I said, I just do like a little tiny space where you could probably put like a table and chairs. All right, so I've just changed the lighting on the build and we are now going into the tour. So we just enter through and you've got that kitchen, that living and dining area, that really spacious area. Used a lot of blues and yellows in this build. That is the bathroom, the master bedroom, just alt placing. And that little outdoor area, as I said, it's just got some planter boxes and the front. So that really beautiful garden and the debug menu came in clutch with it. I loved all the decorations. And yeah, so that is today's build, guys. I hope you enjoyed this build and let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.